Welcome to Goki Health. Welcome to Goki Health Stories. Today I have a Goki player coming to you all the way from New Delhi. She is a high-flying executive working in the hospitality industry. For the longest time, she's been on the operation sides of hotels, but now she's very active in the learning and development side. So let's put it this way that she loves to be surrounded by people. But while being surrounded with people all the time, uh, her health took a little bit of a toll, and she went to some, let's say that some fluctuations in her blood pressure, some fluctuations in her weight, and overall having certain challenges with her life. But as it is said, that always at the end, Goki comes and saves the day, and that's exactly what happened with our Goki player, Poulomi, who will be joining me. So welcome to the show, Poulomi. How are you doing?
Hi, thank you so much, Vishal. I'm doing very well.
So it's really exciting to be talking to you, given that you are dealing with people. And in
More so, not just learning and development. I have moved over a period of time into human resources.
Okay,
So
so you
it's
are into
all about
HR,
people, yes, and it's only and all about people, their emotions, and dealing with them.
and especially we know that the hospitality industry had the most challenging time during COVID. So, so for the last 2 to 3 years, you must be really in the middle of the storm.
Yes, indeed, has been very, very difficult because we were just not prepared. We didn't know how to handle, and a lot of surprises came. We learned. I think we had to unlearn and relearn everything that was required to move ahead in our lives. So, quite a different and unique experience is what I would say.
So tell me, what did you learn about your own self? Because this is also the time you went through a lot of health challenges. So what did you learn about your own health during this period?
See, I think, being in hospitality, I knew I was gaining weight. I knew I had BP issues that was there for quite some time. I was on medication. I knew, and, always doctors had told me to exercise. But then with my kind of schedule, I could never really manage to exercise. I was very irregular, I would say. Okay, I knew 21 days, if you do, it becomes a habit. I knew all of that. Okay, I would give gyan to everyone. But then when it came to me, I really did not follow. Right. So there were days when I would, so before Delhi for a period, we were in Goa and then in Bangalore. So Goa, okay, on and off, yes, going to the beach side and, taking a run or a very short run or a walk or going to the gym. I tried. Okay. But then I was not regular. All right. I knew I had to keep a check on my BP, but it just did not happen. I did not manage. Moving to Bangalore, I thought, okay, fine, the weather is good. So, here I'm really going to do. And I stayed in an apartment where everyone, even at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I would see that, people are running, people are taking a walk, they are going to the gym. So I had everything around me and everything was just right and conducive for me to be actually going and getting into activities and exercises, but I really did not do it as much. I was very infrequent. I did in Bangalore, I still did to an extent, but then Delhi, I came back in 19, and then with a new job I had no time, absolutely no time. I was traveling for say 15 to 20 days in a month. So, and when you stay in a hotel, you just have no awareness of what's happening. You're just with the flow, you go with the flow, you're walking.
And I think the biggest challenge with me in a hotel is the buffet. So I actually no longer I don't take breakfast buffets because the minute you enter the a breakfast buffet, you end up overeating because there are so many things, right? So
See,
living in a hotel.
I used to control. Okay. So my son used to always make fun of me that who goes stays in a 5-star hotel and has khichdi and curd rice. I've not heard another woman doing it. I said, you don't know as many people to be commenting, but then it's okay. I'm happy with what I have. But then, my biggest weakness was my desserts. So I could skip on everything. All right. So breakfast, I could not leave my muffins and my different morning bakeries. I couldn't. They're loaded with fat and sugar. All right. Then I couldn't leave that. So I would have a black coffee without sugar, but alongside I would have a morning bakery. So no
And the
joy.
minute you add a muffin to it, it's over,
It's
right?
gone.
You have
It's
added,
over.
yeah.
Yeah, it's as good as not, not adding that sugar that I did in the coffee. It just gets negated. So no point. But then I would do it. End of the day, lunch. I can skip lunch. Anything. I can skip my non-veg. I can skip my rice, roti, everything, but not the dessert. Dinner. How can dinner be complete without a dessert? So, it was haphazard. I had no time. I would work late hours, wake up early morning. So I was in the middle of nowhere. So exercise was not even in my agenda. Until 2020, January, I think Jan or Feb, I actually weighed. I said, okay, there's a weighing scale in my room. Let me check. And that was an eye opener. Okay, so touching 71 kilos, I was like, oh my God, this is like the highest, I have never had this kind of weight in my life. I said, this can happen. So I said, okay, I will exercise. So I only thought I will. Again, next week, again, I was in another hotel. I did not exercise. I said, theek hai, it's okay. Kal karti hu. So that kal never really came. Very infrequent.
But at this point now, I want to invite somebody else on the show who's been the person who's been seeing you and watching you closely for, of course, the longest time. He's your husband, Sudipto. And he's the one who, in a way, found out what needs to be done for your solution. So we would like to welcome Sudipto to the show.
All right. So Sudipta is here, right here. He'll be here.
So Sudipto, yeah, I
He's
think he's
just
coming on.
joining in.
Welcome, Sudipto, to the show. We've been talking to Paulomi that how she's this most busy executive who keeps going from hotel to hotel and high flyer, but only eats khichdi and has all these dessert cravings. And suddenly she finds herself in the middle of a health crisis. While she tried to find a solution herself, you were the one who actually got her to Goki. So tell us, how did that happen and how did you introduce her to the Goki platform?
Okay, she was having a hypertension issue. So her BP was not stable. And especially in the winter months, it used to go really berserk. And then she went to a doctor, there were some medicines given. She was not very keen on medicines because, that was the myth. If I start on this, I'll never be able to get out of it. So we were looking for a device, which could also measure her BP. So we found one in Goki. Incidentally, we bought one in November, but that came with half a strap, so we gave it back. Finally, we landed one in January, right?
No, March.
March.
In
March
March
2021.
2021. So March was the time, when the winter sets in and when the winter goes, are the two periods where the BP is most unstable. So she started it. She first got into it. Then I think, it grew on her. From initial, your metrics of what your vitals are to, getting to better life. And earlier, she used to wake up with a lot of body ache, and a lot of complaints about this nickel here, that twitching there, and all that. But after she has been, regular and fastidious in following the regimen that you guys and she follows, I have not heard that for quite some time.
No, but tell me something. How easy was it for you to convince her to start on a wearable and an app kind of a program? She comes from HR. She has this question of asking and wanting to know details and all that,
It
right? So
was
was it?
it was not too difficult because there was a health challenge. So she was aware of the complications of that having high hypertension. So that scare of having a BP and having to have a medication all through her life was something that got her into it. And she was trying to get into this regimen for a long time. Only thing, she was not regular. Now this, regimented program of doing certain things at certain times of the day and getting the points and then getting onto the leaderboard and fighting for, the honors, that, being the competitive she is. So it suited her well. She found another way to compete with the world.
That's a very good way of putting it. And I must say that Poulomi is like the Goki champion, right? She's on top of every leaderboard and she's on top of everything we are doing. So we are really excited to have her. But more importantly, Poulomi, how easy was you to get coached? Because again, right? I mean, you come from the learning and development background in HR, right? Accepting, like, it's very, it's very easy to say I will take coaching, but to be a good person who gets coached also requires a
I
mindset.
really wanted a coach. The first 3 months of subscription, April, May, and June, I had a coach. And however, I was not very happy with her. And that is where I did not continue or renew my membership, my coaching subscription. I did not do it. But then, July, August, till December. And then from December only, I said, no, I really need to put a structure to the way I want to, see myself in 2022. And I kind of prepared and geared up myself in 2021. And then 2022, I was pretty sure that I wanted a coach. And that is where I had gone on a vacation. We went, after a very long time, we went back to Kolkata, to our hometown. And then when I came back, the first thing I did was, look for my membership. Okay, to start renew coaching, because I always knew I need a coach. I have done coaching myself, but I also understand that, I don't know it all. I need someone to show me the right way. Sometimes when you are doing the same thing, you also expect that someone does it for you. So that is how, and I was very keen to have a coach, very, very keen. Though my first experience wasn't great, but I think with my second coach, that was an awesome experience that I had with Nena.
Yep. No, and what we are going to now do is, of course, we are going to get your latest Goki coach,
Yes.
who's been working with you and who has a very, very big task at hand. So, without any further ado, let me actually welcome your Goki coach, Sheena Nambiar, to the show. Welcome, Sheena. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
So,
Hi,
Sheena, you can
Sheena.
see.
Hi,
Oh, we
Bonami.
finally get to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you anyway.
Same
Happy
here.
to see you. How
So,
are you?
Good, good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Great.
So Sheena, you can see that there is so much pressure on the coach this time, right? Because she's been now, like, she's our Sachin Tendulkar, right? She's performed so well
Yes, sir.
already, and now, as we know, Dr. Nena, who was our coach, who's moved abroad now. So
Yeah.
we have now got you as her new coach. So tell us, what has it been now that over a couple of months you've been
Yeah.
coaching her?
Actually, Purnami, if I say about Purnami, she is very active and energetic person, and she is well aware of what she's doing. And she is self-motivated, and she explore Goki app very well, and all its process she knows very well. So, and she started to update all the updations she has to done, that habit and the activity, which helped me to get a good awareness about her, actually. So it was very impactful with the way what lifestyle she is leading. So I started this session, but she started to accept that, and she work on that, which is very easy. Her to the communication is very easy, very transparent. So we are able to make it. So all credit goes to Paulami. She is since she, in spite of very hectic work schedule, she is able to manage everything. That's what I feel.
So Paulomi, what has been your interaction been with Sheena, Coach Sheena now, and now that you've been working with her for some time?
It's been really nice. So I had a lot of apprehensions, in fact, after Nana left. So the day Nana announced it to me, I was like, my world came crumbling down. I said, I don't need a coach. So then my expert coach came into the picture, Vandana, and then she said, no. I said, no, she gave me a list of coaches. I said, no, I don't want any one of them. I said, I need an option. I said, anyways, my first experience was not good. Then I don't need any coaching only. It's okay. I will manage. Difficult, but I'll do it. So then she sent me a list of another 2, 3, and then I could actually literally, now little do you know and understand by reading that, those few 200 words about a person. But I said, okay, I'll go with Sheena. Okay. So I think probably the name, it's a very tic-tac-toe option that I did. I'll be very honest with you. So in Bangalore, my son's teacher's name was Sheena, the first teacher in Bangalore. And she was a great teacher, still in touch and lovely teacher. So I said, okay, Sheena. So let me try with Sheena. And I said, and then when Sheena came in, I think there was a lot of difference between the way Naina was and Sheena is. But I think it was good. And I think we both adjusted. So first thing only I told her, I said, listen, Sheena, please understand you are training an adult. Okay, you're coaching an adult. So you better be careful kind of a thing. All right. So if you're going to tell me to do this, I will not do. Okay. I will only do what I can do. So don't tell me to do too much. And listen, at home, everyone is saying I have reduced too much. So I cannot reduce further. I had a target, but it's okay. I'm almost there. I am good now. I'm happy with the way I look.
So Sudip, tell me something. Ghar mein who's the coach or who's the main boss on everything? Who takes all the decisions?
Over 19 years now, we have learned to mind our own businesses.
So you had no role to play in advising her which coach to take?
Yeah, till and time she bothers me in the morning. If she does that silently, I have no issues. I carry out my health regimen, but that's on my terms and on my time. So but she's very fastidious, I must tell you. I was surprised that in Delhi it doesn't rain much, but days it does. Even then she is out trying to walk in the basement and trying to do her steps. She is almost maniac about doing her steps in the day. So that's something I have not been as fastidious as she has been. So that's a positive change I've seen.
So one thing, Poulomi, I also wanted to kind of take this opportunity to talk about is that the way we have designed our coaching program, it's more a science. What is different is the delivery of, so coaches' personality are the only things which differ, but outside of that, largely we have a very scientific approach on how coaching is done. And this whole thing is called, we use this thing called cognitive behavior therapy, CBT. And all our coaches actually go through a certification process, which takes several weeks, and post that they have multiple rounds of training. Our expert coaches work with them. And every communication of yours is actually done under the guidance of the expert coach. So I want to now take the opportunity to actually bring in our expert coach, Vandana, who's been equally monitoring your progress for the longest time. And which is why when she gave you that list, she was sure you're going to find somebody who you would love. So welcome to the show, Vandana.
Thank you, Vishal. Good evening to everyone.
First of all, congratulations on, Poulomi's success. I know the experts really work hard, but they are in the background, so people don't know much. So it'll be good for you to talk about her journey and what is the role of an expert also. It'll be good for Poulomi to also know.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vishal. So as Sheena and Poulomi, they have shared their views about the change in the coach that happened. So both had apprehensions, not only Poulomi, even Sheena was very skeptical, because she's a very active lady. She's a self-driven lady. I hope I'll do justice. Maybe you can shift her to another experienced coach. I said, no, I trust you. And she has chosen you as a coach. So let's at least give it a try. So as an expert, I was trying to satisfy both of them. And I'm really, really happy that, she found her coach better in some ways, better than Naina also. That's what she told me in her feedback. So that's been great. But coming to Poulomi, when I read her chats and I, listen to her calls and all, she's a great inspiration for ladies like us also, and having such a hectic schedule, she's managing everything so well. And she keeps trying new things on her own. I read her salads, I see her pictures of her food blogs. So I also get motivated, that she's trying so much to incorporate on her own and then sharing with her coach and then taking her feedback. And where she cannot do, she will not do. So that's also good in a way. She's not pushing too much to take that stress on her. She's doing it easily as much as she can. So really great, Poulomi, and so good to see you today.
Thank you. No, and the best thing is Sheena always tells me, no, I really feel bad to tell you in the morning. How much more will you do to introduce something new to you? Also, I think twice. I'm like, no, no, you tell me, Sheena, I'll hear how much I can do. I'll do. If I cannot, I'll tell you that I can't do this. Not possible.
Yeah.
Because that 1 hour I get in the morning in the kitchen, I have to juggle and finish everything before I leave. So that becomes a little tough. But then I think Sheena has been very considerate.
Yeah. But Poulomi, I have to also talk to you about one other thing which is very important. Goki has never ever focused on weight loss as a metric. There are many apps which say we'll make you lose weight, this, that, right? We have never ever talked about weight loss because I believe, and Goki's belief comes from the fact that it's all about longevity. It's all about what can you do from a long-term perspective, which is why if you see we introduced the Goki age to say that are you becoming younger, and I would say you are the possibly the best example of reverse aging. And that Goki has an algorithm also which kind of calculates this. I know Sudipto is being is smiling there, but Sudipto, we can scientifically tell you that she is actually reverse age, and I'm going to show her dashboard to you. So she's actually almost 3 years 14 days younger than her biological age. And at the way she's going, she will soon be in her 30s if she's not already, right? I mean, she already looks like a 30-year-old. Our algorithm possibly is not taking that into account. But clearly, this is like, one of our best performing players from a age perspective. And I'm sure you must be getting a lot of these compliments from your colleagues and friends and relatives around. You have been a Goki elite. Being a Goki elite is like being the Usain Bolt of health. That's the kind of dedication you need to do. And you've been doing it consistently for almost 500 days, which is a massive achievement. No wonder you're among the top. Also, you can see meditation 30 out of 30, fitness 30 out of 30, nutrition 30 out of 30, sleep 30 out of 30. So I think clearly you are the top ranker in your class. I mean, if I can give that guess already, right? Whether it comes to studies. Also, your weight is absolutely in the right BMI. Your level is great. Your health score has constantly increased. You've been walking almost last month. You did 304 kilometers of walking. That too in a hectic day. That's almost 10 kilometers a day, which is commendable. I mean, that's almost 10 to 15,000 steps. You've been active for almost 2 hours a day consistently. And walking, it's not like you've been doing too much activities. You just focus on walking, your sleep quality, your breakfast insights, your hydration. I mean, this is the data of a true, like I said, Sachin Tendulkar of health, if we have to put it that way. So you are clearly at that level. So kudos to you. So tell me, what has been the reaction of friends, family members when they are looking at you, given that, clearly you are way younger than everybody else, what they think?
So, like today, I met one of my management trainees who I last met in 2006. So, a long time. Okay. So, she said, oh, time is just there. And in fact, you're looking younger than 2006.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, that's too much. So I said, that's too much. I told her today. She was like, no, that's what I feel. That's musta. Yeah. No, she did not have to give any musta to me. But many people have been saying, but my family doesn't say so, by the way. They feel no. I'm reducing too much and providing a glow in my face is going away. That's
No,
what my
our
immediate
data
relatives
is
feel.
telling things otherwise. We have data. She's perfect on every other parameter. So, clearly on the glow part, I can tell you that, Coach Sheena and Vandana can help you on getting more glow. I'm sure they have a plan for that. But, what we also thought was, given that today is a very special day for all of us, while we know your coach Naina is no longer working for Goki, but she's always connected with us. So we were lucky to actually find her all the way from United States of America. And I'm very happy to invite Naina. And by the way, Naina was also my coach, so I'm also
Yes, I'm
missing her.
aware.
I'm love to get Naina on the show. Naina, welcome back.
Hi, Nana.
Hi, Poulomi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
One fact, best chat with Poulomi, she was like, we need to somehow get you on the show. And luckily, the whole thing worked out. And this was also at a time which was suitable for you.
Yeah.
So amazing stories like Poulomi. I mean, she's a rock star. Started by being very scared, the coach didn't work out. So, what did you exactly do to make her into health maniac?
And then, of course, with her travel and her work schedule, it was not easy. And especially the exercise part. So we had to make schedule back and forth. We had to plan her habits. So she's like always on top of her habits. Even it is like she gives me a lot of work. Every day she updates her full logs and lot of them. So she's a perfect player to learn as a coach. So I should thank her also because I've learned a lot from her.
Thank you
And
so much.
and what are your tips for Sheena? To coach Poulomi, because now that Sheena has stepped, you have passed the baton to Sheena. What do you have any tips for her?
I think, yeah, just follow her, a daily food logs, and she updates a lot of data into the app. So we have to follow that and respond to her because she's communicating whatever it is. If she was like more than a player, she was like a best friend who shares with me. Even if she's stressed a little bit, some of the things like we cannot share it with anyone at home at some point of time. Then she comes to me, okay, I'm stressed today for this. So what can I do? So you have to be, a listening, active listener. That I can say, Christina, also I can suggest that.
So Sheena, tell her what is Poulomi's schedule. We'd love to hear from you. And what does she exactly do in a day? Everybody wants to be as young as her. So tell us, what is her schedule like?
Yeah. It's all credit goes to her. Actually, she wake up early morning. I think around 5:30 she used to get up, and she start to do her pre-workout drinks. Chia seed we suggested to have. She's taking that. After that, she go for workout. Like each day is different. She has set of exercise. She decide to do that. So Zumba, yoga, meditation, whatever it is, she used to follow daily actually. And again, she'll go for a post-workout, which we suggested she take a soaked almond. So she'll get enough, she's able to and where that she's able to get repaired. So after that, we appreciate her recipes. Actually, she maintained different
Are the
variety of
recipes her
recipes.
recipes? Or
I don't
Sudipto,
know.
are the recipes coming from you?
Absolutely. As I told you, I don't get in. I just give it to her.
And presentation is also awesome. It is very nicely she presented. I don't know where she's finding out time for that. Actually,
Takes
the
2
presentation.
minutes.
Yeah.
All quick stuff
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I do.
Yeah, one more thing I want to really appreciate Poulomi is that she never I never seen that in a plastic container. She used always in a glassware. That's really appreciate Poulomi and that part. And she's always energetic and she never skip any meal like that. In a portion control, she is able to maintain.
Sheena, what you're telling me is like she's perfect. She's never had a cheat day. She never misses anything. She does everything. Sab kuch perfect.
No. She has, because the main fight me and Poulomi happens that sometimes she like stress eaters actually. When she feels stressed, she has chance to have sweets, dessert. That's her main this thing for negativity. I see her. Then if I say no, Poulomi will cut down the portion, then she will tell no, I need to release my stress, so I'm eating. But that also she has cut down now. once in a while she's taking and
But
it
tell me
is
something, are you sure she's reporting everything? Sudip, तो ऐसा तो नहीं कि मतलब she's just posting something, but actually she's eating rasgulla and everything else, and she's posting. ऐसा तो नहीं हो रहा है?
No, we both had a huge weakness for sweets, but we have grown out of it. We have grown out of it, and she used to steal and eat, before joining GOQii, but now it's become almost a religion for her. So she's always conscious of what she's putting in her body or what she's imbibing. So that's one thing that keeps her away. Though there are chocolates and all the stuff my son keeps in her. Earlier, they used to both share and steal, but now I don't see it at all.
So, Poulomi, you are telling us like you are living the most perfect health life. Now there's absolutely zero cheat meals a day. Is that what you are telling?
Some days,
like see today I had to go meet, so my lunch was a little bit of a cheat diet because I had something that had maida, refined flour. I couldn't have asked for. I looked for, but I knew they didn't have a dim sum with the casing of atta. So that was cheat for me. Right. And, there are days, of course, there are days, if I have to go meet people, you can't always be perfect. That doesn't happen on a daily basis. So there are, and I tell Sheena about it that Sheena, listen, I am going today. So today's meal is going to be a cheat meal. So I tell her.
Okay.
So
then it is no longer a cheat meal if you're designing, if you're telling
I tell her, I used to do the same with Nana also. I would tell her. And the best thing was when Nana was there and, I had to travel quite a bit. Last 2 months, I have been a little low on travel. But before that, Nana would say, oh, you're again traveling for how many days? And then when she would see my tiffin box, glass dabbas photo, then she would say, oh, you're back in office, right? So she knew. So that was always a challenge she faced that, she would give me ways, okay, do this, do that. And then suddenly my travel would come and everything would go haywire. Because their maximum I would eat is dessert, plate filled, and everyone, when the corporate HR goes, everyone wants to impress. So they will put so many goodies in your room. Your all meals are designed for you. They will do special gestures. Then there were food trials for chef interviews. So I did all of those nonsense also.
I can imagine. So tell me something that how do you describe your GOQii experience to others? वो लोगों को समझ आ रहा है because you must be logging everything always on the app, right? So people, do they really get what you are doing?
I must tell you this. So before GOQii, the first few months I tried with Healthify. I didn't do a subscription or anything, but I just log to understand what percentage of protein, carbs, what are my food constituents. So I did that, okay. And then my team members used to say, मैम ये ना 10 दिन का है इसके बाद कुछ नहीं करोगे आप छोड़ो क्या करते हो ये सब खाओ आराम से खाओ. But then I said no, I will do. I followed, and then when GOQii came in, I found it even more interesting, and I went on updating. Now now everyone knows ma'am is a health freak. They all know that she's all about wellness. For her, nothing else matters in life. 2 things: one is health, the other one is plants. Besides and beyond this, she cannot think. People know about it now. Okay, work and this two side by side. But GOQii, I think, and that's what I tell, I said, this is, and this was a delayed birthday gift, in fact. The first one that came was actually a birthday gift because he was not there in the country that time in my birthday in 2020. So he came back and he gifted me, and then fiasco. And then after that, it took us a little time to, buy the present band. So, I think that's what I always tell him, that the best gift you have ever given me in so many years is this GOQii. It's my life. It's an alternate life that I need. I think it's a different world for me. And this year, I really wish, and that's what I was telling Sheena also, that this year, I really, really don't want to have medicine. Because last year, I had to have only for about a month BP medicine. This year, that's my goal. And I cannot, I cannot afford to have medicines this year.
No, that's an amazing goal, right? Especially, I think, with so many people in our country suffering with diabetes, blood pressure, heart disease. I think people need to adopt it. And I think what you are saying is so important. Also, tell me, Poulomi, you have now used the GOQii app more than possibly people in GOQii. I can tell you that.
No, I'm sure.
Clearly itself, like you are among the top users of our app. So tell me, what has been your experience? And you must have seen the app evolve, right? We
Yes.
constantly keep making changes.
Yes.
And of course, you are very active on Goki Arena. You've made so many friends on Goki.
Yes.
So tell us about your experience using the app and also, interacting with the Goki community.
Yes. So I think those health talks, the part of which I am right now. So the health talks have been very motivating. So I started watching those health talks, right? What people do. And I always like to learn from what others do. Take what suits me, discard what doesn't. Very simple logic. So I started doing that. Then I started observing what is the arena. So I started going through each one. Then one day, Nana called me and she messaged me. She said, there's a voice option, so you can talk, because a lot of times you don't feel like writing so much. So it was very nice when you had the voice recording option with the coach. So that was fantastic. Then one day I was speaking to one of the top players again, Anupa. She became a good friend and she mentioned that, I said, you are on top. How do you manage? She said, you like people's posts, people like your posts. Very simple. It's all about encouraging and motivating. I said, Arre, that's a great thing. Why not? So I didn't do all this for a very long time. I said no. And I also discussed with you once that, this like system is not good. Because, I don't want people to like and then comment. And sometimes I feel people actually sit and track what time you're going, what time you're going to office. Now you will climb stairs. Now you will have your coffee. Now you will have breakfast. It's so much of a set pattern that I have. People, actually a lot of people say, Acha, so now you will have coffee. I'm like, hello. So I changed my timing. I said, no, this is not what I'm going to do. All right. So even if I did stairs, I would not log in the stairs. I said, forget it, not required. But then I think I have evolved with Goki step by step. Then started making friends, got a great group of women friends, got them together on one platform. So, there's small little activities and my life revolves around Goki now. Right. And we learn from each other. And there's some great players, very motivating stories. A couple of them became good friends through Goki. And I think it's in life, there are always people whom you look forward to learn something. And I found some great people through Goki.
See, there's an amazing saying, right? That you are the sum of the people you spend most of your time with. And I think the good thing about the Goki family and the community we are building is everything is positive. So the reason when we say that like everybody else is because by liking, you are giving people motivation. I posted a food photo, 20 people liked it. I am suddenly feeling motivated that, wow, I did a great thing. So it is all about, as a community, encouraging good health, which is what the whole philosophy of the Goki Arena and the liking and all of that has been. Also, we have been very active on Goki content, and I know a lot of you been interacting with a lot of Goki coaches, even on video. When we introduced Goki Play and now Goki Pro, what has been your experience around that?
Okay, so I really like the Goki Pro. So I think till about May, I had the Goki free passes as well, from Jan to May. I had some great classes. The challenge is my timings don't match. That's a challenge. But then every time I had the pass and I could manage, I had some great sessions. I followed Hina. I really liked Hina's sessions. I liked Sunita's sessions. I love Arushi's recipes that she does. I really like, very simple, easy, and convenient. You can do. You have everything. Whatever she says, you have everything at home. Just take it out from the dabba and make it. Right. So I love that. Meditation is one thing I did not do. I just could not manage. I would say nahi hoga, mujhse nahi hoga. But very slowly now it has become 30 days. But if you see my last 2 months back, you would have not seen my meditation so regular. But meditation has really helped me, calm down my anger. That's really helped, because I would get irritated at drop of a hat. So, and this is something that my colleagues at work, they say, "Arey, tumhe to kuch bhi nahi hota." Now we tell you something, you just don't react. Earlier, I would just end up reacting. Now I think meditation, I can kind of go vacant in my mind, and I can just focus on meditation. And I do that very religiously the moment I get into the car to go to office. So zero disturbance. You just can close your eyes and get into a meditation.
So, Sheena, were you responsible for getting her into meditation? Please tell us about how you did that.
Actually, even I noticed, Poulomi is that she has mood swing. So while we doing the review call, we thought of, okay, we suggested her to do that better meditation. So she accepted that, she started to do that. And we suggested her to have salads. So that also made her to little calm down. I feel that. So I can see lots of changes happen in after taking meditation and doing meditation and salads. So maybe that body become little more alkaline side now. So I think so. She is getting good sleep, and the meditation really helped her to calm down. Actually, otherwise, if you say something no, she doesn't like to hear the word no. Actually, so then so that helped her actually quite a lot. And we suggested to her, and nowadays now she's taking salads. That previous she not give much importance for salads. So now that she's started to make beautiful and delicious salad at the dinner time. So she's taking that. Altogether, she has improved lots in all the day.
So I know, Sudipto, while you are not as involved with what Poulomi does on her Goki, we still wanted to do a little quiz to figure out, do you know what she now eats compared to before? So we're going to ask a few questions which you have to answer. And of course, we'll have the coach answer and Poulomi has to confirm whether they are right or wrong. Because these are her new habits. So maybe you remember her old habits. So what is Poulomi's favorite fruit? That's the question. You have to go first.
Now what I see is mostly salads in the dinner.
No, fruit. What is her favorite fruit? Apple. Okay. Sheena, what's her favorite fruit?
She love all the fruits, and she like grapefruit. She like much, I feel. But she take apple in convenience every day. But I like grapefruits is one of the favorite fruit.
Okay, Poulomi, what is the right answer?
See, I love all fruits. Okay, I can survive only on fruits. Grapefruit is not very easily available. We just get for a few months, but for a few days, I love grapefruit. But apple is convenient, but I love all fruits. So I go on changing whatever, I cannot have same food every day.
Okay.
I need
so what is her favorite drink?
Drink. Oh, maybe smoothies, oat, and a lot of fruits and smoothies. What I've seen her having in the morning, and she likes her occasional cup of coffee.
Okay, Sheena, what is the right answer? And Dr. Naina,
Yeah.
you can also pitch in.
It's coffee and
So
Darjeeling tea is favorite, I feel, because that she continuously taking. And smoothie, yeah, obviously now it is reduced a little. That's what I noticed. Tea and coffee.
Follow me. What is the right answer?
Tea, not really. Coffee, yes. Smoothie, yes, but difficult, less time to make in the morning. I love
And
sweets,
what is her
yes.
favorite dessert? Given that she likes so many desserts, what's her favorite dessert?
That's almost impossible. Anything sweet she goes for. Anything sweet.
Okay. Sheena, you have to give a specific answer this time.
Yeah. She doesn't have anything like particular. She love to change her food item also. So I think ice cream, something like that dessert she like to have. That's what I find out.
And Dr. Naina, what have you seen over the last years?
I think all Bengali sweets she likes, that is for sure. And ice cream again. And to make it a little bit healthy, she always have some rice kheer without sugar. So that is one of her favorites. She often has that.
Oh, wow. Okay, follow me. What is the right answer?
All sweets. I just can't distinguish. See, it's very convenience based. So if I'm in office and I have that craving, I have to have the easiest available is ice cream. So ice cream. If I have the time to order, then it's definitely going to be some nice chocolatey dessert. Okay. So it depends where I am, but dessert, anything, fruit, anything. So I love to eat.
So tell me, Have you ordered a lot of Goki? Has Goki store has a lot of interesting healthy
Not
desserts and
much,
stuff?
not much. Very, very little. I think one or two has been a wrong purchase, and then I think I've kind of stopped. But I don't do much purchase from Goki. No.
Okay. Because we have, given that, you want to snack healthy, especially dessert, there is a great collection. You should definitely check them out.
Sure.
So what is now the next goal? I mean, she's already perfect. I mean, of course, she can do a lot more reverse aging. Except that, Sheena, what is her new goal? Is there any new goal have you set for herself?
Actually, recently she has done the medical test. Then we find out slight variation in HbA1c. It's a small variation. I think so. She might have corrected now. So we are focusing on that. And she told that she wants to live fit and active. So we introduced few habits like amla water and salads. So I think so. This both will help her to get rid of her HbA1c level into the normal. And other everything is she's perfect because her BMI is really come down now. It is in a normal range, and her height, according to height, weight is normal. Almost HRA also very good improvement. I can see that. So only this is my target is now to control her HbA1c. It's a very slight variation. That may be because of stress or because it's happened. So we are working on that.
And follow me. What is your goal?
Definitely to maintain the way I have been doing. I really hope to sustain it. Most important, I don't want to drop from here to here. I don't want that graph to go down. And secondly, like I mentioned that my BP is something this year in 2023 January, that's the worst part in Delhi. I don't want to get induced to medicine again. And of course, this pre-diabetic thing that's come a little bit, I am a little worried and I really don't want to start with. I don't want to get into the trap of diabetes. I just don't want to. So that's something. So I'm trying really hard to stay off sweets, trying hard.
That's amazing. And I think that's, the best thing about Goki is it's better to be aware and then work towards it, right? I think normally in health, nobody does it, right? They are waiting for something bad to happen and then they figure out, oh God, ye
In
sab ho
fact, I
gaya.
must share something with you. So the step count and all of this, which we do today, we have trackers to maintain. So my grandfather, my Nana ji, okay, he was a freedom fighter in the freedom struggle of the country. And my Nana ji used to always, he used to walk. He was very slightly diabetic, okay, but he would walk a lot. He would do a lot of exercise, yoga. So he would always, count his steps. So now when we discuss, we feel that, it's something that's probably come down generations, right? And that time, in those days, no one knew about a step count or anything. But yeah, I think it's very, very important to be fit and healthy more than anything. That's the best investment that you can do.
And I think it's about holistic. It's about physical, mental health.
It's an overall.
Right?
Otherwise, it just can't be. So for me, my weight loss was a byproduct. I never did anything for weight loss. It was just a byproduct. But yes, after a while, when I started getting the effect of it, then I said, okay, can reduce a little more, can reduce. So then that started.
Amazing. No, I think your story is truly inspirational. And I think, clearly we need to make you the model for more people to adopt, right? Especially, we work with number of corporates. In fact, we run this thing called the GOQii Corporate Health Challenge. So this year we'll of course connect with you separately to get your organization, of course, signed up to this. Given that you are the brand ambassador of this, we would need to get a lot of organizations participate. We do this over a period so that employees can participate and then offer the entire package, which is very, very interesting. Also, we are going to have the GOQii Trail Challenge, which is going to be back. We had to take a break because of COVID, but that's another excellent place for you to come and enjoy the outdoors and also meet other GOQii players. People will come from all over the country and in fact even outside India for this amazing trail which is going to happen in December. So we'll like to extend our invitation to you. So before we end, we're already coming up to an hour here. I just wanted to hear from all the others, starting with Dr. Naina, on what is the lesson we have learned from Poulomi and what should be other people be adopting from her.
It's basically being aware of our own health because we are responsible for our health. Like doctors are there, hospital, healthcare, everything else is there. But first thing is that is the primary need. Everyone should think about our own health. Then only others can help. So Paulomi has been doing great in that aspect, and she's been inspiring others also on Goki. I see that she has created a women's group, I think. So that's fantastic. She's inspiring others also. So let her keep doing that, and we all have to support her too in that aspect. So yeah,
Fantastic.
that's what I can say. And thank you so much for bringing me back.
Vandana, what about you?
Thank you, Nana.
Yeah, so what I would say about Pallavi from her story is that, set yourself as a priority. Other things will keep on happening, but set yourself as a priority and do stuff that is doable, right? So don't take up extreme like diets or workouts that you don't enjoy. Do something which is sustainable, like what we say at Goki. Do a lifestyle change which is going to be there with you forever. So you enjoy the journey and you sustain it forever, right? So thank you, Pallavi.
Thank you so much.
Sheena?
She is for me that she is motivating for our story is motivating for everyone. So the people always say that I'm busy, I'm not able to find time to do any exercise. And what I learned, however you are busy, so we should be able to spend at least half an hour day every day to take care of everyone's health. So that's what I learned for, since she is very busy person and she's spending time for herself. That is really motivating for others.
In fact,
All the
we
best.
recently spoke to one of our players, Paulomi. You should also hear this, who walks 15,000 steps in her house every day. So we were like, people have excuses that oh, bahar barish ho rahi hai, garmi hai, thand hai. People have, and this lady walks 15,000 steps in her house with making. And I was like, man, that is the level of dedication. So she's like, there's no excuse of why I cannot walk. अगर करना है तो घर के अंदर ही करना है, and that's how she does 15,000 steps, and that was commendable. So Paulomi, you've been such an inspiration, and once again, thanks a lot for joining us. What is your message to all the listeners and other women and other corporate executives? Because you are representing the voice of so many people. What is your message for them to take care of their health?
I think at one point of time, whatever you do and how much ever busy you are, you need to prioritize yourself, be inspired, and be an inspiration to others. I think that's the mantra that I would like to share. And you have to take time out for yourself. Otherwise, no one will take care of you. And that's the reality of life. So,
Fantastic, Paulomi. That's on that note. Once again, thanks everybody for joining us for this session.
thank you so much.
It was so inspiring. And Paulomi, we are looking forward to seeing you in person very soon. And maybe we'll come to one of your hotels and have a healthy lunch with you. Of course, you're not going to raid the bakery or somewhere else. And Sudipto, you must be really proud sitting next to her, because normally as husbands it's very difficult to get a gift for your wife, and you have got the gift which she's going to thank
Yes,
for.
see,
Like you've got the jackpot of all gifts.
yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised myself.
Exactly. Thanks again. Have a good
Thank
night.
you so
Thank you,
much.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
See
you,
you.
everyone.
Bye. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Dr.